Nebraska coming up. What do you expect to see from them, especially a road game?
Yeah, Nebraska, I mean, it's going to be a really tough game at their place, and they're just a really good team. They're fighting, they're one game behind us, so we're all kind of fighting for the same thing. So they can shoot the three at a high level. They have an inside presence. We have got to be really, really disciplined defensively because you can't let, in their makes, they're averaging 10 made three-point shots a game. So we have got to be locked in and really defend in the half court and obviously in transition as well.
Down low, Markowski, what's the challenge for her?
The challenge is it's kind of like in Iowa. You can't double her a lot because they have so many good potential shooters on their perimeter. So we're going to have to do a good job of being able to play one-on-one. And at the end of the day, threes are worth more than two. So we're going to really try to defend the three-point line. If we have to bring a double here or there, we may, but it's not something you can do consistently against them because they're really good at passing out of it and identifying that.
What's this team shown you about their abilities on the road? Your team, that is.
Yeah, I think we've done a decent job on the road. We haven't per se got that big win yet. Missouri was probably the biggest win on the road, but it's hard to beat anyone on the road. And this is just, I actually think this team does a pretty good job of playing well when we're away from here, and I think it is. You're together, you don't have a ton of distractions, but this is a big game. It's a big game for both teams, and we play each other twice in the next 2 weeks, and we're fighting for a lot of things. So I expect this team will be ready to compete.
How do you feel like Makira throughout this last month or so has dealt with just scouting in the sense of teams are like, okay, we're going to take Makira Cook away, or we're going to take her number one bullet away. She's going to have to figure out another way to beat us.
That's part of basketball, right? And it's part of, as you go through a conference season, people are going to identify, just like we're trying to take away things, people are going to try to take away things against us. And I think that, she's continuing to learn and understand what this league presents. And this is her first time through it. So I think that and I saw some response, a really good response from her after the Michigan game, going into the Minnesota game. And some, what we like to say, competitive maturity in terms of growth. And, okay, this is what they're taking away. Let me look at this. If they're doing this, let me look at this. So part of it's experience in the league. Part of it, is just learning that and continuing to grow. But I think she's doing a great job with it. And there'll be ups and downs to all of this. But the main thing is she's trying, she's learning, and I know she'll be ready. Again, I know she'll be ready to go.
I know you guys are still top 10 nationally, I think, in three-point, but it feels like some of those shots that fell early haven't as much. Are teams doing something, or is that just the ebbs and flow of the season?
I don't think they're doing anything different. I really don't. You guys know the Purdue game, I said I didn't think we got good shots. I thought we rushed and took bad shots. Michigan game, last game, we got shots out of offense. Like, we got the shots we wanted. We got rhythm threes. We got rhythm shots, and some of those didn't go. So it's the difference between a good shot not going and having to force up rushed bad shots. So, we just hope that we can get back and get some of those to fall. It sounds so simple, right? But you need some shots to go in. We're a different team when those shots are going in. So you can see they're in the gym. They're getting the work in. Nothing's changed. Our process has continued to be the same. They've gotten the reps in. We got to see a couple go in, and hopefully that'll open up the floodgates a little bit.
So what can that do for you guys if you start getting some of those going?
If we can start making shots, we're just a different team, obviously, and a lot of it is too, we got to learn how to not let our offense dictate our energy, not let our offense dictate, our defense. Our defense is something that can be there every single day. But like anyone, you see a couple shots go in, now your defense a little bit easier to play, and we've been talking about that. You can't let offense dictate it. Defense will dictate everything, and offense will come.
Just kind of speaking of that, do you feel like defense is going to have to be your calling card, especially in February and March, and these significant games you're going to play?
It definitely, and that always has been it. Like, we were able to score, early on, and in Iowa score 90 or whatever, and some of these games, score 80s, 90s. Well, that's not going to happen every single night. You're not going to shoot great every night. So it's always been our identity in any program that I've coached has been, you got to defend, and defense travels, rebound travels. There's no off days in effort. There's no off days in focus and discipline. So no doubt about it, that has to be what we hang our hat on.
the way Makaira kind of closed out that game on Sunday, is that sort of a role that she's always kind of had for you, and is it a role she really thrives in?
That's the thing about her. She's a gamer, right? And whether she hit some shots, she missed some shots. But the thing I love about her is she's not afraid to take that shot at the end of the game. Like, she knew that she needed to get a basket in that possession, and she locked in, and she wasn't afraid to take the shot. Now, does the shot go in or not? Who knows? That's not it. But I just love the willingness and the confidence in order to be the one that the ball's in your hand late and have that confidence to take them.
Right. Playing the team twice in 2 weeks, do you care? I mean, nothing you can do about it, I guess. But
Yeah, there's nothing we can do exactly. I think there's some good and some bad to it. Obviously, they're two really big games. But yeah, you're gonna, this first time around, again, we'll kind of see, and then the next, in a week, it's gonna be fresh on our mind. So we're gonna know good and bad how to, what adjustments we need to make, and it'll be fresh in our kids' minds. So should be a lot of familiarity with playing each other that quickly.
What's it been like watching Genesis kind of change as a leader? She didn't get many minutes at NC State, but watching her become a key role for you guys.
It's really been, I'm just so happy for her. She's just such a great kid, and I just continue to see the growth in her. Obviously as a basketball player, but more importantly, like you said, as a leader. She's learning how to be more vocal. She's learning how to step up and pull the team together. She's learning in games when it's her time that she needs to make a basket. So just seeing that growth and knowing how hard she's worked at it, you're happy for her. You're happy for someone that, just commits to being the best that she can possibly be, and now is kind of, getting the fruits of her labor.
She said that she knew you in high school.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ever try to get her to come to Dayton? And
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah, we recruited her hard at Dayton, and she told us no and went to NC State. So that was really when she went in the portal. It was easy recruitment after that. So dating back that far, knowing her family, what type of people they are, again, just makes it more special to see her having success here.
one more about shooting. I feel like, hopefully I remember this correctly, like early in the season, so that the way you were shooting was kind of a surprise to you because the numbers were just so inflated. Like, did you think it was going to come back down to earth and like kind of prepare your guys for it? Because it was a huge number.
Yeah, it was a huge number, and I don't know. Like, I don't know how any of this works really, right? Like, all I know is we put the work in, we put the reps in, we're very detailed in our technique, and then hopefully that leads to confidence in making shots. You know, you see great players go through shooting slumps and great shooters. So is it reps? Is it confidence? Is it the mental side? There's so many things that go into going into that. So I just hope we can make a few more.
Sorry, I have one more. Are you guys done?
Yeah.
I don't want to keep asking. I have a story that I'm doing, obviously. But obviously with Genesis, you guys were, I guess she was talking about how when she was getting recruited for you by Illinois, she mentioned that you were trying to like rebuild the program, obviously, and she said that was something that kind of lit a fire in her a little bit. What does that speak on her behalf, that what kind of a player she is and kind of a person she is, that she wants to be a part of that?
I think it's just, kind of that blue collar, like chip on your shoulder type approach, and those are type of players that I love. I feel like that's kind of what I want our program to be about, is just hard workers, disciplined kids, and she wanted to come here to create something and to leave her own legacy, and to leave a legacy of what we've built. So just a special person, special player.
Thank you.